Hello everyone, I'm Marina and Nails Sakramel School. Finally, I got to do my own nails, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you in today's video. Let's get into it. I did this manicure for an event at our school about a month and a half ago. My nails have grown a lot and seen a lot so far. Me and my husband were on a cruise in the US. By the way, to learn more about my personal life, you can follow me on Instagram. I will be really glad to see you there too. To do a nail extension, we need to get rid of the previous coating first. And I'm going to remove this one completely, since I have sculpted it with a shimmery polygel that I'm not going to keep. In this case, leaving a thin layer left, I still risk seeing it through my new coating. That's why I remove it. I move from right to left, and the drill bit is perpendicular to the cuticle. This way I can smooth it all out. Now I leave the rest to file it off. I have already sculpted my right hand and the thumb on the left one. So today I'm going to sculpt these 4 nails. I remove the free edge to put on a form at the right angle. I file it off and polish the surface to lift the scales of the nail. My nails are far from perfect. The index nail is the only straight one. The rest of them are lifted. That's why I mostly go for paper forms to sculpt them. So it's crucial for a nail technician to ace multiple techniques, both paper and dual forms, as well as gel tips. It's great when a nail technician can make every client's dream come true. Then you will quickly gain their trust and grow as a professional, just by being different from those who can only paint nails. Now I remove the pterygium using a flame diamond drill bit. I don't have much cuticle going on, but lots of pterygium to work with. I also polish the lateral folds and the cuticle. Now I remove all the leftover cuticle with scissors. To be honest, I'm kinda tired of long almond-shaped nails, so now I need the opposite. Shorter, square-shaped ones. I haven't done that shape in a while, so I'm not sure how long it's gonna take me to get used to it. But I like experimenting with different shapes and lengths, so I'm rather comfortable with that. Now I use a primer for proper bonding, since lifting is an issue for me. It's another reason why I don't trust my nails to another nail technician. This one and creating a new content for you, of course, since it's an exciting thing to watch. It's way more challenging than doing someone else's nails. Again, I'm going to extend my nails using paper forms. So I remove the tab and try the form on. If it fits my natural C-curve, I don't cut it out any deeper. I just slightly cut the form in the ingrows points to secure it well on the nail and around the finger. This way it's not going to be too flat, and that's exactly what I need since I want to keep an extreme C-curve. It doesn't fit the middle nail in the center, so I quickly trim this part off. Again, there is no universal template. It depends on the natural nail shape. Don't forget to cut it on the sides. And make sure that this line in the center continues the central axis of the finger. Just turn the finger away to see it. The line on the form should continue the phalanx of the finger. On standard nails, we keep the form slightly lifted for a prominent arch. On lifted nails, we keep it straight. My middle nail is lifted, so putting on the form, I make sure that it goes straight. There should be an extreme C-curve to get the shape I want. Now I do a thin layer of a clear gel to cure the white part properly. But this step is rather nuanced. With a thick layer in the gross channel, we will never get a fine French tip. No elegant French smile line. So make sure to keep this layer thin, as if it's a base coat layer. Cure it in a lamp. Moving on. Now let's sculpt the nail bed part. Trust me, it's not a piece of cake. At our nail sculpting courses, most of the students struggle with this step. The thing is that the less we mess it up at this point, the less we will have to touch it up later. But it's totally worth it, since we will get a defined line without filing, like the one you can see on my thumb. So we're going for a fine French smile line. Using a thin sculpting brush, I smooth it out to file it less. It's way more convenient to use polygel here. This material doesn't flow, securing this edge well. Note that sculpting it, we get around 2 mm in the center, and just about 1 mm in the corners. Sure, it's a super thin layer, but it is totally there, since our French tip greatly depends on it. As you can see, there is a bunch of nuances. To get a beautiful French tip every time, try to have enough practice. It will take quite a while at first, but once you learn the ropes, nail sculpting will take less time. Done with the layout. I degrease it and touch it up with a file. Do you like manicure and nail extensions? If you do, join my new online course on nail sculpting, from zero to pro, and get your certificate. The course is available worldwide. For more information, click the link in the description box below. Previously, I sculpted my nails with a super thick polygel, and I made sure that there was no need to use a file on top. I only had to work with a glitter tip. But here, I want it to be perfect. So I decided to touch it up with a file, just a little bit. In case you have mastered a perfect application and layout, I guess you can do without a file to sculpt this polygel layer. Done with the trickiest part. Now we need to degrease it and remove all the dust. Then we need to add some white polygel to our layout and level it up. In case this thick layer doesn't get cured well, just do 2 thinner ones instead. I'm using polygel by Nail Republic. It's rather thick and fine, so there is no problem with it. We can use a white gel instead, though it may take a while to cure it. That's why I'm using polygel. I've never used this one before, but I really like it. I make sure that it's all even and cure it for at least 1 minute. Now I take the foam off and notice that it hasn't cured yet. So I smooth it out with the brush and send it back into the lamp. I turn the hand over to let the coating get cured on the inside. Done with the layout. Now we can touch it up with a file. This technique will be perfect for those who can't paint French tips, those who find it difficult to use a thin brush to paint them. Now this step takes a good eye and a drill bit. I touch up the surface with a cone carbide drill bit that I use to remove the coating. Its flat shape helps to smooth the nail out. I will take off the rest with a file, starting off with the axis length. I move the file in both directions. And here's why it's difficult to file a square shape on your own nails. Filing someone else's nail, we hold the finger tight on the sides, so it doesn't move side to side itself, and we get a defined shape. But here I couldn't get it right. Since my finger was shaking, I could only get a squabble shape. But somehow I managed to secure it to file a defined square shape. Now let's file the cuticle line and smooth the nail surface out. As you can see, there is a grayish dot hiding a bubble inside. We can pop it with a sharp measuring tool or file it out with a diamond drill bit. It happens, since we can't control what's going on inside a thick layer of polygel. But I just grab some and fill the hole in. And don't worry, nobody is going to notice it. It will look good and last long. Now let's buff the nails and finish it all off with a top coat. I've missed having French tips. This nail art feels so gentle after my previous glittery one. Let's see if I get bored with it or it becomes my new favorite. Do you like French tips? This time around, I ended up with nail extensions, but there is a video where I do a gel coating on my nails, so make sure to check it out too. I wish you all success in your work. Good luck! Bye bye!